This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so as you already aware of, I guess S4 HANA, right? So I'm not going longer for the SAP because you are already been SAP background, and also I hope you have a basic knowledge on the S4 HANA, correct?
Yes, actually, yes, I have.
Yeah. So I go in details with the S4 HANA for particularly SAP PS model,
Okay.
like how
Yes,
we're going to see in future. Okay. So
yes,
initially, it was ECC 6, and now we are compatible with the S4 HANA next generation business suite. So initially, when we in the ECC at the time, it is only a separate module, like only a PS module. But when we come to the S4 HANA, any of module we call this as a business suite. Okay, so under that we call this is as an EPPM. Okay,
okay,
enterprise portfolio and project management. So they combine the five module and they given us one business suite. Okay, so in that along with the PS there is another modules called PPM, portfolio project management, CPM, commercial and project management. Okay, then we have a one integration module between the third party and all, that is a ECP, enterprise portfolio connectors. Okay, and there is another module called IM. Okay,
okay,
based on all these modules, combination of that, we call this is a EPPA model. Okay, enterprise portfolio and project model. So earlier it is a part of PLM in the ECC. Now it is a part of our EPPM. So whenever you try to implement, so you will get this EPPM. Under that, all these five model will be available only, but the license cost will be different. For the PPM and CPM model, you have to pay extra for that. But rest all the core model will be available under the same server. Initially, we need to add on all those things in the earlier, but in S4 HANA, all you will get.
okay,
Okay. Then, as you know that we have a cloud edition as well as the on-premises editions. Both is available. Okay, so our learning content will be based on the our on-premises editions only. Okay, along with this, we're going to study all the Fury apps. Okay, how you're going to install the Fury apps. Okay, what are the necessary Fury apps and what are the basic configuration for Fury apps against for this SAP PS module. And also, I'll give you the basic overview, like how we're going to integrate with the PPM and CPM models. Okay.
okay, okay,
So today we're going to discuss what exactly this core data service is based on the how it will be integrated with the other models. Okay.
okay.
So the basic
Actually,
overview of this is for HANA. Yeah, you're saying something?
yeah, yeah. Actually, I haven't worked on. There are some integration points of project system with SD module and production planning module, PP module. So I have not worked on such kind of integration.
Okay, no
So
issue. We'll
are
cover
we
those
going to
points.
cover? Yes, are we
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to
we'll
cover those
cover.
point in our course?
Yes, we'll cover for those points.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
I'm just
Thank you
giving
so
a
much.
basic overview of the
Yeah, yeah,
SAP PS S4 HANA.
yes,
I'll
yes.
explain you core data services. In that, you'll come to understand.
Yeah, yeah, surely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, I think you're already aware of the S4 HANA benefits and all. So, the major benefits for this is some, I can say, if you know basic knowledge on the SCPPS, okay. So, some tables are merged with the FSCO models, okay, and some extra Fury screens as provided as
Hmm.
compared to your ECCs, and along with some other features they have provided. Okay, like uploading programs and downloading programs. Earlier we used to use the PAPIS and all. but right now they given a lot of programs for that, predefined programs. So you can use those programs to use for the your migration processes and all. Okay, along with these Fury apps, so 70 plus Fury apps is available. Okay, so
Hmm.
as per your business requirement, you can implement those Fury apps. And some of the uh, and this part already you are aware, right? The simplification list.
Mm, not sure. Oh, what is this APS?
Simplification list basically use like if you try to implement the new S4 HANA component, like
Okay.
the current any 2020s or any 19. So what are the features is available over there, and what are the new functionalities they have introduced? All they will provide under this simplification list. Okay.
Okay.
So current versions, as per the current version, if you can see the 2021 it will going to release, it is not yet released. So in that also they will give you what are the functionalities, new nodes, relevant data, and if they're absoluting some kind of any functionalities that they will provide you under that simplification list. So if you search in the Google, you will get this simplification list.
Okay.
Okay, so in that, the descriptions and the business impacts, the recommendations provided by that, any new functionalities, bodies or BAPIs they have provided, any note, so everything with respect to that particular model, with respect to that particular T code, they will give you the basic descriptions and all. Then you can check whether the availabilities is available. Sorry, what are the features is available. Based on that, you can decide further whether you wanted to implement or not that functionalities.
Okay.
Okay. So as you can see, as per the simplification list, some of the features is not available. So earlier we called a concept of open PS. It is actually a connector between the SAP PS with a third party MSP. Okay. So if you wanted to get the data from MSP or you wanted to send the data from PS model to MSP, Microsoft projects, so we used to use the OpenPS. It is a free of cost. But
Okay.
now,
It's third
if you
party. It's
wanted,
software. It's third party software. Is
yeah,
it?
that is a Microsoft projects, project
Yeah.
management.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
used for project scheduling. Am I right?
Yeah, project schedulings as well as the project structure plannings like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we used to use that open PS concept, but now, as I said, no, there is no availabilities. For that, you need to implement the connector, ECP connector, that is provided by the SAP itself.
Okay.
But for that, you need to pay the some license cost for that.
Okay.
Okay, so now we going to study. Sorry, what is the core data services? Okay, exactly for the PS systems, and our course content will be based on this CDS only. So I'll explain you in details what exactly the CDS. Okay, let me open this PDF. Okay, so this is the core data services. First of all, why we need a SAP PS? Any knowledge on this?
Hmm. It's basically to track your project from its initial stage, like before starting to project there could be kind of plannings and various kind of reporting during the execution. So basically to
Correct.
track your project within to execute your project within frame timeline, SAP PS is used.
Yeah, that is correct. What you said, that is correct. So basically, this is a project management tool. Okay. So based on this project management tool, you can plan all your schedulings, costs, revenue, budgetings, milestones, billings. Okay, and based on that, you can achieve the some sort of a cost, like a actual cost or a actual revenue, and is there maybe integration with the PP, PM.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there you can pass the some sort of JVs, then you can do the result analysis and all. Okay, and settlements. So for that reason, we are using this SAP PS model. So each and every stages we can track our costs and revenues. Based on that, you can take the your decisions and you can monitor all those things. Okay, so that's the reason we are using this SAP PS models. So SCPPS is provide the structural that you can use to the models and organize your project flexibilities as per the your cost plans, as per the your revenue plans, as per the actual postings based on the cost and revenues. Based on that, you can control and monitor the day's cost and your budgets. Okay, then you can do the your resource plannings, your material plannings. Okay, and so on. This kind of a structures is relevant tool for reportings as well as the any other third party integrations. It may be Primavera, it may be a MSP or any other.
Okay.
Okay, so SAP PS model is this is a basic integrations like FICO, SD, okay, PP, PM, okay, and material managements, HR, PPM, CPM, and any CRMs like that. As per the your business requirement, you can integrate with this model with the any other SAP models as well as any third party models.
Uh, are we going to cover, are we going to touch all these integration point during our course?
Yeah, PP, PM, okay, MM,
Yeah.
CATS, okay, FSEO, all this will going to touch.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so the key functionality of this SAP PS module is structural wise you can plan, okay, up to 10,000 WBSS you can plan against to the one project. Okay, then you can do the scheduling, you can do the project planning board. Okay, nothing but a Gantt chart. Okay, then you can do the various type of a cost plannings. We have various types of a financial data, budgeting, and some sort of a some PS reports is available. We're going to also see the report painters, how you're going to create a report painters against to the any of the PS projects. Okay, along with this, we have a material management like a PR, LPO can be created through the SAP PS only. Okay,
Mm.
we do the cash managements, we do the resource plannings. Okay, we do the controlling, we do the period ending process, we do the some sort of workflow, and we're going to integrate with the investment managements. IM.
Okay.
This is a sort of different module of this investment management. We're going to integrate. Okay, so this is a basic structure of SAP PS module. Okay, like as you are aware of the CJ20 and screen, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is a project definitions. Under that we have a WBSS. Under that we have a networks and network activity elements. So the project definition is a frame where it can be integrated with the all the objects. All the objects means all your WBSS network activities, network activity elements, your bomb components, okay, your milestones, all will be treated as an object.
Okay.
Okay, along
Yeah.
with you have a organization data in this project definitions. All your company codes, plant data, and business area, profit centers, all it will be integrated to the this project definition itself only. Okay, then we have a WBS, okay, work breakdown structure. It is to perform in the project organized in the hierarchical structures. Like as per your business requirement, you can define your uh, nodes. Okay, so every node is a different functionalities. Like you can give the different sort of controls, the budgeting controls, planning controls, revenue controls, result analysis, whether this WBS is relevant for the planning or not, or maybe this WBS is relevant for costing or not, like that.
Okay.
Okay. So each and every parameters, if you go, the basic data, dates, assignments, controls, some user fields are there. So as per your business requirement, you can configure as per your requirement. Then we have networks and network activities. So networks is basically used like when you wanted to further levels of planning, maybe schedulings, maybe cost, maybe resource, okay, maybe travel expenses. So for that reason, we try to go with the networks and network activities. So we have a 4 different type of network activities. I'll explain in the next slide.
Okay.
So then we have a 2 different type of structures plannings. One is the operative structures, another one is the standard structures. So in the operative structures, we do all type of a cost plannings, revenue plannings, along with the actual postings. But when we come to the standard structures, we can use only for the template point of view. Like you can do the all type of a cost plannings, revenue plannings, resource plannings, okay, and your schedule plannings and your milestone plannings. Every sort of plannings you can do, but you cannot post the any actuals.
Okay.
Okay, then we have a budget plannings and we do the some sort of settlements, that is a period ending process.
Okay.
Okay, then we have a milestone functionalities. So if you wanted to build from PS to the SD, like once that milestone has been completed, so you can raise the bill, and through PS also you can do the billings, or through SD modules also you can do the billings. Okay,
Okay.
so for that, this milestone has to confirm from PS side so that the billing can be raised further.
Okay.
Then this period ending process like result analysis and POS calculation, settlements, all will be due at maybe a period end or maybe a year end. So that is as per your business requirement. Then these are the some of the WBS based functionalities, which standard functionalities, like you can do the all sort of schedulings, you do the all cost plannings, revenue plannings, you do the all the budget plannings, you do the all the commitments, purchase requisitions and purchase orders, you do the all the payment data collections, you do the all the period end process like overhead calculations and interest calculations, result analysis, settlement process.
Okay.
Then we have a network functionalities. Like I said, there is a 4 network types. Internal activities, basically used for the schedulings and any sort of resource plannings. External activities, like if I wanted to procure any metal from the external vendors, so then I can use these external activities. And general cost activities, basically used for schedulings as well as the any sort of a general expense, maybe travel expenses, many any stationary expenses. So if you wanted to plan and you wanted to post the actuals against that, then you can use this general cost activities. Then we have service activities, which is used for the if I wanted to do the any sort of services based on the our it may be internal, it may be an external, or maybe a subcon. So then I can use those part. Along with we have a milestone functionalities. Okay. So as per your business requirement, you can configure those milestones, and any bomb component or a metal component, if you want, you can attach those part against to the any network activities. Then based on that, you can do the MRPs or reservations, or you can create a purchase requisition or a purchase orders. Like those kind of an activities can be performed again these activities. Also, we do the period ending process like overhead settlements. Okay, POCs calculations all can be done against this networks and network activities. So, any
Okay.
doubt till now? Like,
No, actually, all these things will cover in detail during the uh,
yeah,
training.
course.
That's
Just I'm giving you basics things
yes, yes,
against
yes,
like what
yes,
exactly in the SCP-PS.
yes.
Then we have a cost plans. Okay, so hierarchical based cost plan. This is a rough cut planning, like initial stage of the your project. You can do this kind of a hierarchical based cost plannings. These are the methods actually. So as per the your business requirement, you can choose any one of this. Then we have a detailed levels of cost plannings. So this cost planning basically used with respect to the particular GLs against that particular WPS. Okay. Then we have a unit-based cost plannings. So this is basically used like a uh, grouping of the cost plan. Like material is the one group, service is one group. Okay, internal or external is the one group. Like that, based on the groupings, you can do the your cost plannings. Then we have a activity-based cost planning, like I have just explained you. Like if I want to do any procurement process or travel expenses, those kind of things can be done against this network-based cost plannings. Along with that, we have another cost plannings like easy cost plannings. It is also grouping wise, but through that we can also create a purchase requisitions or a purchase orders, but a
Okay,
good reservations also. Then along with we have another cost plannings like planning using the orders like a PP order or a PM order. If I'm going to attach this PP order or a PM order or a CO order against with any of these networks or a WBSS, so I can do the cost plans. Once I do the MD50 when and all, so then I'll get the actual cost postings against this WBSS or network activities.
okay,
Then we have revenue plannings. Okay, so we have three types of revenue plannings. First is a manual planning. So individually WBSS, you can do the your revenue plannings based on the overall level or annual level. Then we have detailed levels of revenue plannings against the WBSS. Okay.
okay,
So in this, with respect to GL, you can plan the any sort of revenue against this WBS. Okay. Then when we have an integration with the SD and PS, so based on the your billing plan, so automatically these whatever the revenue you planned against those SD model, it will be reflect against to the your WPS. Okay. Then we have budgetings. So initially we have a two types of budget. Either you can go with the annual based budget or a overall based budget. Okay. Then under that we have a different functionalities like budget update. Like if I wanted to do the any sort of original budget to be updated, like supplement of budget or transfer the budget, that is called a budget update functionalities. Then we have a budget carry forward, like from one financial year to the another financial year. If I want to transfer my budget, that is also possible. Then we have a budget release functionalities. Okay, so up to this much of a budget you can release. Based on that, trigger point will be based on that the system will be controlled, and only up to that level of amount it will control the all your commitment process or maybe any actual postings. Then we have a functionality called a availability control check. Okay, so in this like like if I like 80% of my budget was consumed. Okay, so system will give me one warning message. If 90% budget was consumed, so system will give me a warning with mail. If 100% budget will consume, then system will hard stop me. Like you do not have a any further budget on this particular WPS or a project, so you cannot proceed further like that. This is called a availability control check.
okay,
Against to the 9 documents we have, all the PR, PO, your goods receipt, Okay, some sort of a JV or PP or PM, like this kind of a, we have a 9 types of a document. Based on those document, we have to control.
Okay.
Then we do the period ending process. Okay, first we'll do the progress analysis, cost forecastings. Okay, then we do the result analysis. Then we do the settlement process. Okay, then these are the some standard reports which are provided by the SAP, like structural wise, financial wise, progress wise, resource wise, material wise. We'll get these kind of a some sort of reports. Okay, like, so report I have not added. So there are some standard reports, CJI5, okay, CJ
I
I3, like this kind of a reports we have, some CN40 and all, along with the some SLR reports also we have. And these are the standard reports, okay. Along with, we'll try to do the report painters, like the without help of any above consultants, you can also do the some sort of reports. So,
yes,
but
custom.
that is somehow some what I can say, like, that is a limited functionalities. So whatever the tables and the fields we have available in the system, based on that only we can do. But further, if you want, you can enhance your reports. That is possible.
Yes.
So this is a core data services which we're going to learn.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
It, yes, yes. It's
So
almost covering all the module. Yes, module actually.
yeah, all the PS along with the our integrations.
Yes, yes, basically. Because I worked for 2 years, but I know very limited things. Like I have worked with investment project basically, so I know only one scenario, like project creation, and after that you book your cost on WPS, and then you create AUC, and then AUC settlement and final settlement. I know only this kind of scenario related PS basically.
Okay.
So apart
Okay.
from that, I haven't worked on like HDPS integration, milestone billing. So this is result analysis or assembly process or whatever. I know that I just heard the things, but I
Okay.
don't know the details. I haven't worked on such kind of scenario ever.
Understood.
Basically, yes, yes. So actually, the demo and sir, what will be your comfortable time? Like if we start our course, then what will be
I
your time?
used to prefer like morning or an
Yeah, yeah.
afternoon actually.
Actually, I am also preferring for morning slot.
Yeah, morning will be good. Actually, one of my project has completed, but if they're going to assign me one more project, that will be problem. So
Okay,
morning shifts, I guess it is okay. And evening also, I have a some batch is going on. That is
yes.
a PPM model,
Okay,
not
okay,
the PS model. Otherwise, I could have combined those with you then, but that is a PPM.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, we can decide, that is not an issue as per your or my availabilities. Like maybe sometime it may miss for the morning session, so we'll try to cover it in the afternoon or evening
Yeah,
sessions.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
we will
what
have
is
an
your comfortable zone like?
like my comfortable. Actually, I'm working with second shift, so
Oh,
morning will
second
also
shifts.
so morning also it will like more comfortable for me. But yes, in case if any time you are not available in morning, we can shift accordingly. So
Yeah.
that's not an issue. It depends upon our understanding. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes no, maybe you will be busy or maybe I will be busy.
yeah,
So as per the availabilities we can do. That is not an issue.
yes.
So
And
yeah.
another one is it there are you are going to provide any kind of recordings of session like
Yeah, every day, whatever the sessions has been done, so it will be recorded and it will be provided to you at the end of the day.
yes, yes, yes. Yes, it will help
Along with,
after
we'll provide you the the PPTs. So as I think you already got the schedule for how we're going to cover. This is the 5 week schedule. Okay, so
Okay.
each and every week you will get a one sort of PPT. So
Okay.
what exactly we have learned and everything that will be included over there.
Okay. And what will be the daily hours for course?
Like 1 to 2 hours, it depend on the
Mhm.
timing. So at least minimum of 1 hour, but
Yeah.
approximately I can say it is 1.hour to 2 hours. So
Yeah.
initially we'll try to explain the basic theory, then we'll go for the config, then we'll go for the master data, then we'll post the actuals.
Yes. And I'm going to whether I'm going to provide any kind of practice server or like
Yeah,
what.
you will get the one practice server for up to 3 to 5 months.
Okay. 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 Yes.
These
So
all will be provided by the institute only, so no need to worry. So you'll get the access for 3 to 5 months and the
okay.
recorded videos along with the PPTs and some PDF copies. So you can also learn if anything there.
Okay. So okay, then I will discuss with Naveen in more in
Yeah, you
details.
can discuss.
The demo. Yes, yes. The demo was really outstanding, actually.
Okay,
So thank you
thank you.
so much for that. I will discuss in detail with Naveen and let you know like whenever we are going to start
Yeah,
our.
sure, no issue. You can discuss with him and let whatever the decisions you have.
Yeah, yeah, sure, surely.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Any questions further?
No, no, actually, uh, I'm done with.
Okay. Fine. So,
Okay, then.
okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a rest of the day.
Thank you so much for giving your time and really have a nice day.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.